Hello and welcome to Essence Enterprises. I am your host, Shannon Fisher, here to deliver the 7-day forecast of divine guidance messages for everyone. This week's dates include Sunday, April the 3rd, and valid till next Sunday, April the 9th of 2023. Bear with me while I have been trying to figure out which platform to do these videos. I was hoping the live would work. I apparently don't have the best equipment set up with my camera. The microphone that's attached to it doesn't seem to record the voice very well. So I apologize for those that were waiting for and wanting the messages that I did end up doing on Monday morning live. I didn't find out until Wednesday evening. Somebody had messaged that the sound was completely garbled. So I did 45 minutes worth of recordings and delivering of messages that nobody could understand. And I do apologize for that. I had no idea. So I've got some things to figure out with my computer. I might have to hire a techie to come in and help me out, figure this out with YouTube, because I really enjoy the live broadcast so people can interact with me at the same time. So for now, I'm going to do pre-recorded videos using Zoom and just upload those at the time that I have scheduled to deliver the weekly guidance, which is Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Feel free to comment on those videos too. If you would like to have a personal message received, I will comment back to you as soon as I have time to tap in and give you your own message, personal message for you, along with you taking in all of the other messages that are being given to the collective, which means they're open and available for everybody. I will be doing another side video with the forecast for spring. So that one will be valid for the month of April, May, and June. Again, general messages to help us all navigate over this season and cycle of spring over the next few months, but that will be a separate video. So for this week, we have from my chakra line, I don't think I've really introduced this very much to people. So, okay, here we go. The chakra line energy healing tarot and oracle cards. This is a metaphysical guide of self-mastery, which I had created back in 2018. And then I revised it and added a card. So there are actually a deck of 50 cards that come with this booklet, and it is for sale. I produce it myself and print it from a local printing company. So it is not like super cheap to get a hard copy of the book and a complete set with the cards. It's $75 plus $10 shipping, $15 if you're outside Canada. And or you can get the PDF copy of the book and a hard copy of the cards mailed to you for $55 plus $10 shipping. All right. So the first message using the chakra line deck here for us on the physical level, we have card number 2-1. So it's written in the bottom corner here. I know it's hard to see. When you do have these cards in your hot little hands, though, you can see it. So the 2 is connecting to the main chakra energy of the second sacral chakra. And then this border is a different color, and it's red here, which is connected to the number 1 and the first root chakra. So this week on a physical level, we are working with the sacral energy, which is creative energy, it's sensual energy, and it's usually where our emotions come from too. It's very fluid and I want to say connected with the feminine energies, right? And then the root chakra is more masculine energy. It's also connecting us to our physical bodies and our physical environments, right? So usually if one chakra is blocked or out of balance, then there is another chakra that helps to bring things into balance. So that's why we have one chakra as the main chakra and the other one as subchakra. So the tarot message connected to the main chakra of the sacral is the Three of Cups. This energy is very playful, right? It's about expression and joy and rejoicing. This card signifies communication and celebrations with family and friends. So the advice here is to go and have some joyful fun, right? And invite your friends along for the ride too. Feel that gratitude, play, dance like you've never danced before. So this week, give yourself permission to have fun. This life is not meant for us to take so seriously that we're getting ourselves sick and run down. So this is a beautiful message. Now, the subchakra energy held within the root chakra to help balance things out. The oracle message connected to the root chakra here is that of insecurities, right? So this energy can be held within and lead to fear and stagnation. So courage is necessary if we are to be fearless and move forward this week. The message is to grow within yourself, reconnect to the divine source of all that is in order to invoke courage within and with our guides and our higher self in that connection with the divine. Positive affirmations that go with this particular card are: I am creative, I enjoy the pleasures of life, and I am safe. So it's recommended to do these positive affirmations a few times a day for around 3 minutes and for up to a few days. The more we do positive affirmations, the more we retrain our brains and bring ourselves into alignment with that which we are speaking. So yeah, sometimes I've had people say like, well, that's kind of faking it if I don't really believe it. Well, sometimes we do have to fake it till we make it. Remember, most of the BS that has been taught to us from a very young age was done by constant repeating messages that we ended up believing as truth and then therefore experiencing as truth. But that wasn't the truth, but we believed it anyway because that repetition made it stick. So this is how we can reprogram those neural pathways into something more positive, right? And getting rid of that negative attachment. So yes, this is how humans learn: repetition. And then in the bigger picture, energetics, right, and higher self message, we've got card number 7-6, which is connecting with the main chakra of the crown, and the subchakra energy connected with the third eye chakra, the color purple. And I used pink to represent the color of the crown in this deck. So the tarot message connected to the crown chakra is the star. This represents hope and balance. So please know that we are working on balancing our physical realities, and it's important to have faith, right? Faith in yourself, faith in the divine, and then the courage to take those steps forward towards this new way of being, right? It signifies the essence of spiritual regeneration and is confident and pure in both inner and outer qualities. The energy is all about being peaceful and inspired, and the energy of dreams coming true. So the advice for us here is to be accepted and acknowledged as bringing inspiration and renewal of inner and outer spiritual and artistic qualities. We are being divinely guided by our higher selves and the universe. So it's important to pay attention to the synchronistic guidance that is being given to us. Everything can speak to you if you allow yourself to open yourself to new ways of receiving that guidance. So the oracle message connected to the third eye subchakra energy of the higher self, or energetics, for this week is that we all have answers, or we have all the answers that we need within ourselves right here. We just got to drop out of that monkey mind into that heart space and calm our bodies down so we can hear it, right? We can hear the answers. We can ask the questions and receive those answers very clearly. This energy may indicate an emotional tie that no longer serves us. So remember, how you relate to an issue is what the issue is all about. Obstacles are moved when you change your relationship to them, right? When you shift your perspective, when you change how you are looking at something, then what you look at actually changes. It's very, very interesting how this world actually works. So the positive affirmations that go with this particular card are: I am divine. I am intelligent and aware. And I am one with everything. I am connected. So moving on to the Ascended Masters Oracle, we have Isis in our physical reality with the message to balance career and home life. Now, when this card comes up, Spirit is very clear to mention and remind us about the third component in creating balance within ourselves as a human, because it's not a scale of one thing and another, two things only. It's not, it's three things: the body, the mind, and the soul. So the body, yes, we have responsibilities to take good care of this physical body by way of exercise, good food, and adequate rest, right? Then it's our responsibility also, like, to take care of our physical house and environment, right? So not just on a personal level, but the environment that we inhabit, be it your home, your community, right? And then there's the mental pillar, if you will, or mind, right? Cultivating good, healthy thoughts, right? And thought patterns. How do you speak to yourself internally? How are you speaking about others internally? Remember, what goes around comes around. And usually if we are negatively projecting and having thoughts on other people that are negative, that it's usually a projection of somewhere deep inside where we're actually seeing ourselves, and it's making us think we're seeing that within somebody else. Totally eschews our perception, and things are not as they seem. It's very interesting. So, and then that third component is the spirit or soul. And that really loves to play. It loves to be happy. It loves to feel free. So when this message comes up, it's important for us to cultivate joy and freedom by playing. So that's connecting with this main energy on the physical level of the sacral chakra. Spirit just says, let your freak flag fly. Freak flag fly. Ugh, I can't say that. Freak flag fly. But in a good way, a good, positive, and healthy way, right? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it drumming? Is it cooking? Is it cleaning? It's different for everybody. It could be sewing. It could be painting. It could be writing, right? It could be anything really. So find out what it is that you're passionate about that does bring you joy, and incorporate some form of that, a little bit, at least a little bit, each and every day, and watch that have a tremendous positive effect in your life, especially this week. Now, in the bigger picture, energetics and higher self position, we got crystals. So if you are being drawn to certain crystals to help you out energetically, bring more balance, follow that intuition, work with what seems to be drawing your attention towards it, because that's called intuition, and another way that the universe and our guides are actually speaking to us. Right? And for other people, you may very well be drawn to working with horses, whether it's just going to go and pet one and spend some time with it, or sign up for a riding class or some kind of riding experience, right? Or a healing experience. There's lots of equine healing businesses out there, especially here in the Fraser Valley, that work with horses and ourselves to clear a lot of stuff that we might be holding on. Horses are very good indicators and transmuters of this energy, but they can't just do it all for us, but they actually will tell us what it is that we're doing and how we can shift out of that when we have this communication with horses. All right. Now, the cards we got from the angels and ancestors in the physical position, we got the druid. And the druid, to me, he's a sage, right? And it says, hold the space. So, and this feels like holding sacred space for yourself. Spirit really is pumping out this message for everybody. It feels like on repeat, like my meditation messages are on repeat for people a lot of the time, but this one is very clear. You are here to learn how to manage yourself, no one else. Everyone has the responsibility to manage themselves. When we start to try to dictate and change how other people are seeing, acting, or behaving, then we are not in control of our own self, but trying to control an outer reality that does not belong to us, which creates suffering, a lot of pain, and a lot of suffering on a personal level, right? So yes, there are circumstances out there where some people do need certain support for some things, but even still in those dynamics, you have to be managing yourself to the utmost abilities that you are capable of in order to be able to assist another. But again, we're here to assist others, not change them into an idea of what we think is better for them in our eyes. They're on their own journey. They chose this, whether they realized it or not, and they're here to learn their own experiences. It is not up to any other person to try and change the journey of another. Your power resides within yourself. So hold space, hold sacred space for yourself, and then you'll be able to hold sacred space for another without the need, right, to try to change them. They will figure it out, and have faith that that will be done, right? When you hold positive thoughts towards other people, then you're creating and holding a sacred space for them to be able to tap into that energy and do it. If we're continuing to worry and fret about, oh no, they're in a bad place, they're gonna, oh, I can't stand it if, what a blah, 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 blah. You do that, you're not holding sacred space for them to be able to turn things around. You're actually shooting more of that negative energy that keeps them stuck. It's not helpful. If you want to help, you need to do what you can for yourself to make yourself held in sacred space so that you can hold sacred space in faith and trust for another, and let go of trying to manage somebody else, because that's not in your control. I like how that message came through here today than it did on Sunday. It was very different and a lot more clear from my perspective. And then the last message from the cards that came up is the High Priest. And this is in the energetics higher self position here for this week. And the message here is intend and create. So what are your intentions for yourself and what you want to experience in your life? Your goals. Do you have any? If the answer is no, well, allow yourself to sit in quietude so that you can contemplate that more deeply and come up with a couple of answers, right? When you set an intention for yourself, it's setting a goal, right? You don't worry about how you're going to achieve that goal, but you're going to be willing to take the steps when the opportunities arrive. But the universe needs to know how clear you are about what your intentions are and where you're going and what you want. Because if you don't, and you're willy-nilly and you're not holding that sacred space for yourself in positive energy, then you're going to keep creating that life of chaos and pain and suffering. And this is a choice. This is your power. This is how you can turn things around. They're playing a song in my head right now. Turn that ship around. Yeah, maybe I'll add the link into the description on the YouTube video when I post this up here. Turn that ship around. That's where your power is. You're not going to turn anybody else's ship around outside of them, because they have to be willing to do that themselves. That's their responsibility, not yours, right? So intend and create for yourself what you want in your life, and then watch the magic unfold and be willing to take those steps and actions when the opportunities arise for you to do so. This is how we come into alignment with those dreams, which is interesting because I actually have a workshop of a vision dream board workshop this coming weekend. So intend and create. We're making vision boards. Vision boards are a great way to set intentions for yourself of what you want to manifest in your life. This is how we make dreams come true, or one of many ways how we can make some dreams come true. And I've done a couple of them in the past, and within 5 years got everything that was on that vision board. Some form of it I did end up receiving, which I'm so grateful for. So I know it works, and I'm super happy to be able to facilitate that for people to learn and create and work with and see for themselves. So those are all the cards. And if you want to see the full write-up from all of the decks for all of the cards, I did make a TikTok video and I uploaded it also to, I believe it's on Instagram and my Webinescence Enterprise Facebook page. So there's more information that you can dive into if you go over there and check that out. So the video reels are very short. It's goes through each picture very quickly. So the best way you can take in all of that information is just pause. You're still going to hear the music, I believe, which is really cool. But you pause on the card where you're going to read everything, and then you just swipe over to read the next page or next card and swipe over, and it stays paused for you instead of continuing to go. So that's how you do that. All right. Now, the channeled messages that came in before I pulled the cards on Sunday. So I know I'm doing it backwards on this video because things just seem to have gotten flipped around, which is very interesting how this is unfolding right now, but I get it. The first message when I tuned in on Monday morning, asking for spirit, what do we need to know for this week, right? It was very clear the word prudence came in. And I was unsure of what that meaning was. So I did Google it, and I was like, that was nothing what I was gonna think it was, but I knew I wasn't sure about it. So prudence is all about learning how to govern yourself. So here we are with all these messages of learning how to manage yourself, right? You can release so much stress and anxiety when you truly understand that it's not your job to convince anybody else of anything. You know, or learn to know who you are and start being okay with that yourself. The only person it matters to of what you know of yourself is you. And if you're trying to get validation and confirmation or whatever from other people about who you are, then you're not okay with who you are. You're seeking it outside of yourself instead of inside of yourself. So if somebody else doesn't see the way you think you see yourself, you end up getting hurt by that, right? Because that was now a projection of where you're actually coming from within yourself. So it's actually playing out as a gift for you to realize, wait a second, I'm not loving myself and understanding myself and being okay with that enough. And I'm grateful now for that realization so I can step up even better for myself, because I'm not here to make sure everybody else is thinking the same about me and how I see myself. I have no control over that. I don't want control over that. This is why we have free will. Every single person has free will to choose for themselves. Let it be. When you're good with you, out there, people, haters are going to be haters, right? Until they're not. But that's not your problem. It's not for you to manage, right? So these situations are a great way for us to realize that we have the power within ourselves. We just have to turn that focus inwards and start doing that work. Because with great power comes great responsibility. And that responsibility is making sure that we're good with ourselves. We're doing everything that we possibly can in this now moment to manage ourselves. And if there's room for improvement in any areas of your life and you're ready to make those changes, sometimes there will be sacrifices, right? When we learn that some things actually are not good for us, doesn't matter how much you love it. If at the end of the day, it's not serving your greater and highest good because of certain side effects that it does have, and it's scientifically proven, there's data, your mind cannot make it a good thing for you, right? It's time to sacrifice those things in order to come into more alignment with your power, which allows you to manage yourself and how you manage your reality in a very different way, right? It takes discipline and dedication and determination to work with this power that you have, but it's meant to be managing yourself, not another. The other message, there's two more. Oh no, it was a second message. So the other message that came through is try something new, right? So if you are looking for positive changes in your life and you're wondering why it hasn't happened, ask yourself, well, what have you been doing that's different? Pretty sure the answer is like, well, nothing. Well, if you're not doing something different, how do you expect to have a different result? Remember the definition of insanity. Trying to do the same thing over and over to produce a different result is the definition of insanity. So if what you've done isn't working, it's time to do something new, right? And you can do anything new. It can be very small, very subtle, and it will still have a very profound impact on shifting the energy and therefore your experiences. So, Spirit wanted to let us know there is so much joy for us to discover, but it's up to you to want to be able to see it and be willing to open up to receive it. All right. That is it for this week's messages. Again, comment on the video for a personal private message if you would like one, or I guess it's not really going to be private because it is going to get a personal message. We'll just leave it at that, because I will answer it in the comments on the YouTube channel, because I find that it will be helpful for other people. You'd be surprised at how many other people out there may be going through a similar experience as you. So they're asking a similar question internally, and then the answer that I end up giving you could very well be the answer that they need too, right? So this is how we can sharing is caring kind of thing. Otherwise, if you do want that private message with me, you can always book a session with me, and you can find all my information at www.webinescence.ca. Have a wonderful week, everybody. From my heart to yours, shine bright, because we all are very beautiful souls. And we came here to have some fun. I will see you next week. Thank you.